the planets, not the games, the planets are really harsh on our environment, harsh on the environment, and makes it very difficult to actually do much. We get a lot of resources, and we do explore them, look at buildings. We found a couple of downed ships, so that's not too bad. And one thing I actually forgot on Thursday was to look at the solar ship we found, and I actually did it after the stream, and I remembered it, and I did check, and it's the same as we have, so that will be scrapped. But I still have it on the freighter, so I haven't done anything yet. We will have to go back where we came from last time, because we have some missions, and otherwise it's all the usual stuff. Send out the freighters on mission, or I'll check the ones we have had them out on, and other than that, then go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is the normal things. But there is the solar ship we found, and there is our normal one. So the normal one is a B ship, and the one we found is a B ship. So they are roughly equally good. What I then will do is I'll fly that to the space station in the system and scrap it, but I'll do all the normal things first. The freighter missions, I like doing them before we do anything else, so we can send them off. I need to double check what we actually have. I did not. Okay, that's good. So let's go and look at the missions we sent off. We actually have 4 out, so because we came over midnight before I sent them out, so we had a full list again. So let's see what we get out of it. This was the long one. Got some coins there. More coins. So this is an exploration, so you never really know what you get from that. Seems like a lot of coin, some albumin pearl. More coins, more coins. Nothing there, so there might be some surprises. More coins. Nitrogen salt, we can use that later for building more expensive things. More albumin pearls. We have a lot of them, so I'm actually thinking about might sell some. More coins, coreworks casing, more pearls. Wow. More coins, antimatter, that can always be used, and it's back again. So some hybrid boat spore seed, whatever that is. Okay. Pearls and there was another surprise, and that's from the planets who actually doesn't, the places where it actually doesn't give anything, and 3 million coins. Absolutely worth it to do the missions. So, a carton of clonable bugs. Well, put that over for sale. And I'm actually going to sell them as well. These I will put. Whoop. See, we have a lot here, so I will actually take one more and put for sale. We will never need that many for anything, I think. If I'm wrong, damn it. So these are useful for other things, and we will get back to that. That one we sent for selling. That's it. We can't make any more fuel, so we only have 900 tons of fuel. So we will only be able to send some short terms out, or one longer, and then take it from there. So we have one to this side. What have we got here? It's a semi-long one, so unrefined grease. Storage augmentation is good. I like that. Vortex cube, salvage frigate module. That's good. That's for our freighter. A lot of stuff here. That could be a surprise. Activated copper, nitrogen salt, organic catalyst, more period grease, aluminum. There was quite a lot of stuff, and there was a rotten sewing supplies. I actually think we had that before. So that was a lot of kind of odd things, but it all shows up in some type of value. So these we sell directly, they are not used for anything for us. Storage augmentation, that is for that. Those goes for sale, those we store because they can become something else. That one goes there. We have a lot of that now. That one goes there. It all adds up in the end. That one we sent Starship, that one we sent as well. We have no use for that. That one we save for for creating more of the more valuable ones, and we are going to need them to build some of the more expensive ones. So that is kind of good. That one could go to there. No need for it to be out. Good. Next one is there. This was a short one and it was trade, so it might be stuck in mostly units. Aronium, unedited. Yeah, so they normally give more coins than anything else when it's trade, and a short one, 1.2 million. Not too bad, to be honest. These we chalk in with the others in here. That's actually, I think I will put these over with those, so I at least have 2 stacks at least in stock, and there is a reason for that, but I will get back to that later. So one more, see if I can find my way around. That was the wrong storage. It's next to this one. So this is a combat one that can be anything coming back. It's very often been battling around and get something, like when we defend a freighter coming into a system, we always get something. So we got some things and we got some coins, so that's absolutely fine. Nearly 1 million out of that, so I can't complain, nor should I. So we have loads of materials. I'm very happy with that situation. Suddenly I need loads, and that is not bad to have it. It would help pushing the correct button though. So put that up next to that. So now we have 2 salvage frigate modules, so we might actually soon be able to build more to the ship. Let's go and see what missions we have in. Well, we can actually attend. Well, we can attempt them all, but the thing is the fuel situation. So if we take one with trade, which is relatively short, there we get 5-star fleet rating, 250 ton fuel. That's on way under what we have, so let's send that off. That might actually come back before we end. Hello, little paprika. Well, yeah, it is, and it's very intriguing, and welcome to the channel. If you kind of have any questions or any problems, feel free to ask them, and I will do my best to try to answer them. I have now, through the last couple of weeks, actually helped out with some questions people had, and I'm trying to get around all the tricks and well, mainly to survive, get into that type. So feel free to ask and hang around. I'm very happy to help out if I can. So I'm sending a combat off as well because I have fuel for that, but I will take the lowest ranking combats so they get some training. So how far are you in the game? The further I'm going, yeah, always feel welcome, and I also encourage others, if they are sitting having more knowledge than I have, please chip in, because I am not a 1,000 years expert, but I have played for quite a long time, and I do know many of the simpler tricks, but there are also things that I don't know, and I will tell you if I don't know. I'm not trying to BS anyone and go down that route, because that is helping no one. So we sent out what we can do now. I will have to farm some fuel during today, but that's the normal thing. So this one we will drive, no, we will fly it to the space station and scrap it. So I needed to be able to fly. So it's minimal repairs. That I don't have the other one, so I'll have to make a hermetic seal. I can do that. And fix that so we can fly. But it's the usual thing, don't get hit by anything. Yeah, I do look around, because I want to have one of each ship. I'm waiting to try to get a organic ship until later, but I have gotten one of each now, so but they can be improved. They are not all S ships, so S class, so can do some of it. But I'm very good at survival, so even though I do die sometimes as well, but mainly because I'm a noob doing stupid things, but it's about having fun when you play as well. I really, I want to say that that's the most important thing for me. If I don't have fun when I play, then I don't find it's worth it. And I do know fun can be many different things. We don't all have fun the same way. So we need to, I'm too close to the big ship. Yeah, that's very normal. Have you been running through the missions with base and all that? Yeah, that's always good to have someone to give you some tricks and hints how to get through it. But I have learned one thing since I started streaming is that even people that played a long time, there's certain aspects he didn't know, and I got some questions, and it was quite natural for me what they were asking, but they had never thought about it or encountered it, and that was actually quite funny. And I do clip out everything which is a little bit instructional and put on my YouTube channel, so that actually, if you can't see my stream, then feel free to look at some of my videos, because there is actually some funny things in between that I have found out some people have missed somehow, and that's kind of funny. So I'm going to scrap this ship. It's not worth a lot when you scrap it compared to the value, but it would cost much more to repair it up and get more out of it. So as usually, it takes my other solar ship and puts in here, and that is, it's a nice ship, but it's not my favorite when I fly around. I prefer my fighter, because whenever you encounter something which there is a little bite in, then I like to be able to respond to that. So I'm going to sell all the stuff from the ship. I say all the stuff, it was not a lot, it's 2 stacks, I believe. Oh, I have that as well from last time. And that's actually on the plus side, so I'll sell that. Where is the other one? There. Yeah. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. It is a game you can play exactly like you like it. My preferable thing in it is the exploration. I love that, and see the planets, the animals, whatever you encounter on them. But I do build a little bit of bases. Not overly much, because I'm not in that mindset. But I see the basis as a purpose. Oh, thank you for following. It's basis for me is something which has a purpose, and I'm not that far into the game, but at some point I'm at the moment we are in the Calypso galaxy, which seems to have very hostile environments, so a lot of good materials, but it's not the best of environments to deal with. But I'm looking for a good planet to put a base on, And besides that, I'm working my way towards the center to go to the next galaxy. That's but there's no rush. I want to have the time with the evolving the ships, getting them stronger, and so on. So I'm biding my time. In my main game, I rushed a little bit from the beginning, and I felt I lost some of the game. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is one of the things that I really want to take the time with this one, and especially because I'm streaming it, so I'm trying to help people as well. So I'm looking at these traders because I need some a little bit dodgy for an upgrade, and I can't get that on normal space stations, but when the chance comes, I will find it. So yeah, that's so it might seem a little bit slow I play sometimes, and now it has actually not loaded my ships. That's a little bug in the game, because it's supposed to load your ships on your freighter, and there's only the one it's sent to the space station. However, there is a little fix for that, and I will show you. You just reload the latest autosave. That was when I left the ship. Actually, I didn't do that on here, so I will go down and just make a save and then load the game again. Then everything is fine. But it's not like it has sold or scrapped your ship, it's just forgotten to load it in. So this is going to take just a second. But yeah. Yeah, the organic ship is a living ship. I don't know if that's called the alien class, but there is that is probably the same. But as I said, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going. Well, I am going to do it, but not yet. But of course, if I come across one, and I of course will go for it. I do normally take the opportunities when I can. That is that would be silly not to. Kind of. So it's always about taking the chances when they arrive. So yeah, it's actually been like this since pretty much day one the game was released, and the freighters were gotten confused sometimes. Now I have all my ships, I have loaded, taking my fighter as my primary. Then I will go back and use the teleporter to where we were last time. It is not so far from the freighter. My freighter is in Calypso as well. I always pull the freighter in where I am exploring, because that makes things a little bit easier. And that's the thing. You talked about creating bases and that. For me, the freighter is very often my base in the sky. So that's where it becomes very good for me to do that. Keep them there, keep them close. I have all my storage on the freighter, so whenever I need something, even if I find a ship I want to repair, I can just take it to the freighter and work it there, and I would have most of the things that I would need. I do say most because some things you have to buy, and one of them is wiring loom. And as I have said many times, keep an eye out, keep an eye on the price. If the price is below 60,000, thank you for following. If you're below the 60,000 mark, buy. Spend your money and invest. As we saw on Thursday, I found a place where the price was over 100,000. That was the highest I've seen so far. So paying 60% of that is a win, and you're going to need loads of them. So every time you find them cheap, buy. So I'm not a tradesman. That's another aspect of the game. You could actually build yourself out as a trader and just fly around trading all the time. And if that's your thing, you probably know much more than I about that. But I always go for the plus minus, and if it's between -1 and up, then I kind of sell. If it's more than that, or it's very expensive stuff, I sit on it. I do sit on it because I don't want to be cheated either. But sometimes you just need to sell to keep space, but that's another story. So this says -1.88%, and as it's expensive, it's actually quite a bit of coin, so I'm not going to sell that. These, I know their price is around 3 million at zero, so -4 loses me 1.3 million almost. No, I'm not going to do that. This one on the other hand is a plus 2.6. I'm selling that. That one is minus. I keep that for now. That one I'm not selling. I'm going to use that in a moment. Vortex cubes, they're not really worth anything, and I don't care about the plus minus on them because I have no use for them. So I need to check my exosuit as well, because I'm not sure I got rid of everything I needed. And if you notice, I also have a couple of wiring looms in my exosuit, and again, sometimes you really Oh, I will at some point show you how you crash the market, but I need a lot of resources before I do that. But there is well, some people call it a cheat, but I mean, it's a possibility to do it in the game. And after roughly 7 years of game, if the manufacturer thought it as a cheat because they know these things can be done, then they would have stopped it. But you literally swarm a trading station with materials, and then you buy them back for a fraction of the price, so you get money and materials. I will show at some point, but I haven't gotten that many resources to do it yet. And I will say, I do know about those borderline cheats, and I don't really use them myself, mostly because I don't feel it's necessary. If you are lacking coins, money in the game, then I would claim it's your own fault, because you can make free money very easily. But yeah, I know about people who are doing only trade, and the only bad thing with trading game is, but that's where it comes to doing something interesting. But I have now 186 millions on my account, right? And I have not really tried to make money. It's not like I have been doing anything special. I have taken the opportunities when they come around, but I have not directly tried to make overly money. But I do know if I want expensive ships, I need some. If I want to upgrade the freighter, I need coins. That's how the game is. But they say, and I don't know if it's true, I never actually reached that point myself, but they say that you cannot have more than 4 billion coins at one point. However, then that's when you start investing in buying things and stock up, because if you buy, well, now I don't have any, well, you could just take these stack in 20 on your starship, and if you buy 20 of them, that's 3 million units, and if you actually buy them cheap somewhere, then they can stack up, and you can stack things on your freighter for when you need it, if you came to that situation. But I have never been to 4 billion yet. On my main, I think I reached 2 at some point, but I also spent them again. That's just me. I can't hold money even if I tried. So yeah. But I might show you some tricks on the way. So I'm still putting my storage augmentation on technology, because I need more space there. So I had 2, they go there, both of them. Technology is very important to have space for. And remember, every time you come to a space station, go to this guy, get this lit up, that is an exosuit, and use your E button on it. I can't, because mine is filled out. I don't have any physical space, but at each new station you come to, you can buy 1 slot, and you want that. See, you already learned a couple of things just by watching me. I know, I'm actually used to it, because it's the small things sometimes you don't think about it, and I'm very happy that there is a little bit of information in it. I have been around this space station. I was there Thursday, so they don't have anything. But on this side is all the sellers of things you can install. And we can take a little look at the exosuit guy here. He got these things. everything which say B, C, I don't even read it. I do not want to spend nanites on something I know I will exchange soon anyway. So we come to S. I look at them. Radiation protection, underwater, toxic, shield module, they are all useful. Thermal protection, always notice whether it is for hot or cold, because you need both. Thermal is in both ends. So all the S-class ones I'm interested in. However, you can only have 3 of them. I moved around so they are sitting like this, because as I talked about earlier in the last stream, was actually they have, if they sit in blocks, they give bonus to each other when they're placed next to each other. So I have these, and you can only have 3. In the older versions of the game you could have more, but now you can only have 3. If I buy number 4, they will be overloaded. Fine, that's how it is. But I got all those, and the shield ones, they are sitting here. It's the same, you can only have 3. So I can't use them, but I do try to tweak these, so I'm not going to do it now, but I might buy these from time to time and check if the new one is better than what I have, because it's actually silly not to get the best as possible. So, and that goes with everything there is. These are selling stuff you can add with your what is it called? Exocraft. I'm not gone in too much in that yet, so I'll leave that. Your Starship, you can buy modules, but it's very rare to find S-class ones. I think this one had one. He had one for a photon cannon, which I don't use because I didn't have space for it. So, but again, I don't look at anything else. This one is the multi-tool. New stations, I normally just check out what is the class on this one. This is a B class. It's not very cool or anything, but it's absolutely fine. I have talked about why you should have 2, and I will repeat that at a later point. This console is where you can get the augmentation for slots on your multi-tool. You can buy new slots, but the price is immensely high. So 140 million coins. So remember I said you need coins for many things in this game. Yeah, that's it's not for normal people, but if you get to the point where you have 4 billion and don't know what to use them for, I think I would go and start filling up my ships and my tool rather than chop the money out. But yeah. So on the other side there is trade and there is missions, and you can buy charts. I'm not going to do any of that right now. The charts of these, I actually have exosuit upgrade charts for drop pods I can't use, but that's how it is. When you get too much, then yeah. So we had some missions in this system, and I'm a little bit in a catch-22, I believe, on them. Or not. Some of the missions I kind of ignore because I'm not too fussed about them. Didn't I? Oh, there. Yeah, I need to kill some animals, literally. However, the only planet which was suitable was with the flying ones. The other ones has very aggressive sentinels, so if I start shooting on those planets, something will be shooting at me. So let's look what actually is in this station system. I don't have to do the missions in this system. Dusty planet. But I would rather do the mission without having too many sentinels after me. I have a tendency to end up in major battles with them. And then I end running. There's one up there as well. No, it's behind. Okay, let's go and see what that is. I think that was the one I actually found. Boom. Yeah. I mean, sentinels are at best annoying, at worst lethal. So it's for me always balancing the risk and the gain. I do not mind from time to time taking a little bit of a fight with them, but I rather want the odds to be on my side rather than anything else. Come on. There we go. Metallurgic moon. Copper, gold and salt. Where does salt fit in with the metal? Just saying. But I mean, I will do more sentinels from time to time, and I will try to. I always try to make the fight on my terms, because at least that gives me some sort of advantage. I know what I'm doing, I hope. Unfortunately, that's not always true. So this moon might not have much animal life, but we'll find out in a moment. It's one which is falling apart. So yeah, normally the weather is reasonable. So scanning is free money. Yeah, there's only one species of animal here, and that is not really going to. I can probably kill some, but I won't be even close to. I think the big one was 14 and the small one 10. So, but I did the missions to start gaining standings with the other fractions that actually is in the game, which is not related to the races, but to merchants and mercenaries and explorers. So, and there is some from all of them in those. So let's have a look and see how many animals I can actually, if any, because some of them you can't shoot. So, and I think this is one of those animals that it's just immune to anything I throw at them. This is my most powerful weapon. That normally would one-shot most animals I encounter. So, no. This is not even worth wasting your time on. However, I got one thing good out of it. Wrong button. Because I discovered all the animals on this planet and I get bonus nanites for it. So even though there's only one type of animal, it gave me a little bit extra. Actually happened. So there's always a silver lining. I need these dihydrogen because I use them for fuel for the frigates together with tritium, so the more I can get, the better it is. And these can be found on all planets. So oh, Jesus, I have to remember the pet I got. We adopted a pet, and when you have a pet, you actually have to take it out And you are very welcome, and have fun in your own game. And if you look at my YouTube channel, there's a lot of videos as well, and all my streams are put there as well, so everyone can watch them in their own time. And you're always welcome. My schedule is on my page, so I'm just here. I'm just happy to play, to be honest. Where did I park my ship? There. Oh, there. Well, they say the first thing you get blind on is your eyes. So... Thank you. Thank you very much. I am very happy people are following. That is that's really helping me out. I wouldn't mind earning a buck or two by streaming. That's no secret. Every little helps, and even though you get a little bit old, you do want to actually... Wow, it's nice to be able to get a bottle of wine sometimes, or a cake to the coffee, or whatever it is. It's always nice, and it's always nice people actually appreciate what you're doing. And I love this game. I love chit-chatting with people, even though we're not sitting in the same room. And one thing you will never encounter is me sitting being silent on the stream. That is that's not me. I can talk. Everyone in the grave sometimes. It can be too much, but it is not always the most relevant things I sit and talk about. But use the chat. Give me a question or a comment, and I'm happy to talk about that. These planets are really not... That might actually be the best option to find animals. So let's give it a try. I know there's high sentinel activity. That's wow. Let's see how it goes. Worst case scenario, we run with our tail behind the legs. Not behind the legs, between the legs. What is that one hiding behind here? Yeah, that's a cold one. Well, that actually could be good as well. That's all great. So let's find out if this is going to be suicide or not. Is this what is this? Yeah, I don't have time to lay eggs now. So that was one thing I was not really ready to get into, breeding the pet breeding, but oh dear, this is a very watery planet. Every time I come to these planets, I actually feel like watching Waterworld again. I say that every time, and I haven't watched it for many years. Let's cheat a little bit. Let's see if there is a trade outpost. There is. And the thing is, then I know there should be some sort of land around that. That's one of the little tricks I make use of sometimes. I also sometimes try to find different buildings and stuff like that, because then there has to be some sort of land. Might not be as much as I expect, but oceanic planets is very difficult if you want to farm resources, for instance, because finding them can be finding a needle in a stack of needles. But so when you have an economic scanner, you can always scan for trade stations. And another thing with trade stations which is useful is actually if you want to find interesting ships, because that is very often where you will find the more rare ships. And then I'm looking at an Explorer, which is a Sea Explorer, so that was not very rare. 319 degrees. Okay, let's just get into the ship for a moment. I need to pay attention to what's happening around me, but at least I have some protection. But space trade stations on planets is probably the best place to find more rare ships. If I encounter any, I will always put on the glyph address for the planet, and I will put a picture. Well, I'll take this up so you can roughly see where on the planet it is. Can be difficult to find. I'm not going to put up a base on a portal so you can find it, but with this information you can actually aim in around here and scan for the trade station when you are close enough. Can someone turn the heating off? Oh my, I'm going to run down where the trade terminal is, because that is at least protected. I'm in a system where the prices is not really suitable for what I want to sell, but again, look what they're selling, and if you're going down the trade route, You might find things which is very cheap. I know by accident that magnetized ferrite is selling for 82 units at zero. So even though it's 5.4% down, doesn't mean that it's close to a good price. Dirty bronze is valued at 25,000, so 11% down. The price is still higher than what you get from producing it. On the other hand, these, I do not know what the normal prices is, but if you keep a chart, i.e. you're doing it for trading, then make some notes, find out what these things sell for in certain systems, and then when you see them with prices very high, for instance, when you sell and you see them down here, I don't have any, but the prices for these things are plus 50%, and they're buying one for 23,000, and then you see you can buy that self-repairing iridium plus 74%, so, or plus 91%, and if you come with thousands of them, you might earn a lot of money. So just saying how you should read the numbers. I didn't have anything there, but on my shift, you see this is minus 58%, so I'm not going to sell them. These are minus 14%, so as I said, 3 million is the roughly price, and if I get lower than that, I'm not selling. Minus 7%, plus 3, I'll sell that. The others, nah. So I'm holding my stuff until I get a reasonable price, but it's not like I'm charting it to try to find the highest. So, sea hauler, nothing exciting there. Sea hauler, a sea hauler. So, even though I said that it is one of the best places to find rare ship, this one doesn't look like it. But it was not ships I came for. It's still warm, very warm. I need to find a place where there might be animals. Let me see how many there is. There's actually 14 different types on this planet, so I should be able to find some somewhere. And then hope I'm not interfered too much by sentinels while doing it. Can I land there? Yeah. So warm here. Get some free money. Don't shoot animals you haven't scanned. Is that running or flying or what? Claims I can stay alive for roughly, go away, 3 minutes. Oh, it's So I'm thinking how the Sentinel is going to react if I start killing something. Yeah, that one. There's one more there. Is there only one around me, or is there more? Well, it is warm. Okay. So here goes. He's investigating. Did you also hear shots? Oh, don't shoot me. I'm not shooting back, because then there would be multiple coming. So... Oh, shit. That was not what I wanted to happen. Jesus. Okay. That is the one thing I really didn't. So I have two options. Either okay, are they not following me or what? Then let's jump to the next system and see if that is actually better. If I can't just do that, because then I won't have them after me, and I actually have to do that anyway at some point. The missions just follow with me, and so let's visit the space station. So the main aim is still finding a paradise or near paradise planet to make a little base in this galaxy, but we have not really found any yet, so that's kind of dismal. So as I said, go and get that. I can't because mine is filled up, but take a look at what they have. Do they have anything you can use? I can't use any of these. Life support. I actually have full up on that as well. I believe I do have full S's. Well, actually I could maybe get better than I have, so let's spend some nanites on that. I'm actually going to sell some of the ones I have picked up that I do not need. So let's see if it's better than what we have. So now I have one too many, it's overloading. 52 support tanks, 31 power. So it's actually worse than what we have. This one is not giving much solar power, but on the other hand, it's the life support tanks which is the useful part. So that goes. Not looking there because I'm not going into that yet. I'm still picking up navigation data. I don't know why. That's just the habit. Pulse engine module, not really, and photon cannon I don't have at this moment. So now I have to look, because pulse engine. Actually don't have a lot around that. I kind of have to move around. Problem is I can't move that until I have repaired it. So these I can move. So I can put one there and then see what we get out of that. That is kind of always the problem with until you have enough technology slots that you won't have the space for whatever you get. That sounds good. Good numbers. So now I have deviated a little bit from my principles, because I like to have the ones I fuel up in the lower ranking, but I will eventually move around several times. It's all about kind of getting it to fit as you see most fit, what you like, and getting the best bonuses out of it as well. So a B multi-tool is not bad. I have better, so I don't need that. For the multi-tool, one I'm always looking for is scanner modules, because it's the free money. The better scanner modules you have, the more coins you get out of what you scan, and those I have is actually quite neat. So the quicker you get them upgraded, the better coinage you get when you scan on planets. So it's a coax system, so there is no extra nanite extraction here. Okay, he's not doing anything. I thought he was... I normally call them the bartender, the one in this side, but I thought it was him. Trade would be Gex, aggression would be Viking, and coax would be technology. I don't have any of those, so I just take one of the others. And I will also practice the language skills, because that sometimes give a little bit of things they give you. It can be nanites, it can be coins, it can be technology, even stuff. Coax very often gives technology, if anything, or nanites. So you have to find something here which is technology based. And kind of all of them has some relation to technology. However, I don't think it's a computer heartbeat we're talking about, or a server cloud heartbeat. Nanites is a little bit obvious. Facility is some kind of building. So I'll go with Starship and see what happens. They feel sorry for me and give me an underwater protection module, which is worse than what I already have. Thank you. Very kind of you. So this must then be the bartender. They are always something a little bit special. So as I have learned words, quite a number of words now, I actually understand more of what he's saying. So power loss. Carbon fuels things and metal fuels things. What does he need? I actually think carbon. So give us 93 nanites, that's okay. I take all nanites I can get. So things we can buy. Wiring loom, just around 60. I actually think I will buy a stack. I'm not in dire need, but they are cheap enough. No resources I need. So what do I have to sell? Don't think anything particular. Could actually sell them. I do not actually use them to get my standing up, so see, still below 3 million, but this one is plus 84%, which means we get much more for it than it's worth. Sell. That is close enough to 0 as well, so that. But these are still in the minus n, so in big minus n, so we leave them. Then let's see what's behind door number 2. Ah, something we can nick. That is always, at least we don't get anyone after us for doing it. A big box of nothing. Yeah, the yellow boxes are not my friend and never been. Well, I would say that one was actually holding something, so good. Also pay attention, sometimes there are things on the walls, not here, but if there is, it might be something which gives something, so always investigate. So back and to the other side. I always do talk to a couple of people, aliens, whatever you want to call them. And I have cold coffee. That's no news. And again, another place to get sometimes good starships is of course on space stations. Even though it's a little bit more rare that happens, but I have found a couple that way, and they are on my YouTube channel with the coordinates, especially for exotic ships, because I know a lot actually struggles to find them. See, this one had a lot of talk I didn't understand, so just need to learn some more words. I do take random groups when it's not their most important one. But the important one is for communicating with them. So then I requested disconnected starships. I'm going for the starships again. Disconnected is always going bad when I say that, because that's a bad thing for Kovacs. So just bear that in mind. Didn't give me anything, but never mind that. So I normally go into these, the room on this side, but with Kovacs and Gex there is never really anything in there. You can farm the plants for carbon, but I don't really see the purpose of that. The trade consoles are connected in each system, so the prices here will not be very different from the one which was on the other side. They might differ a little bit, but not overly. Just saying. And the same, any space, any trade station we find on the planet will be the same. But what is kind of interesting is that what you can buy, because the things might be different. So that's why there is a reason to actually look at anyone, especially if you're trying to make money with it. Then see what they have to sell in each trade terminal. So these like aggression words, and there's none here which looks very aggressive. Weapon is technology, so that would not work. Ceremony might work, but I think sentinel is the word here. So I should have taken ceremony. Well, I learned from my mistakes as well as anyone else. So this is the guy we have missions with, and you can see that well, we haven't done them, so we can't hand them in. But I'm actually going to take one more with killing creatures. But you can see the rewards are not overly great. But the thing is here, you get standings with those who actually hand them out, and until you get a good standing, you can't use this one. So you need to have a certain standing before you can use them. And as always, I go and activate this, and I know that at some point they will start not to be able to have more in my list, but I like to have the latest one at hand. So there's a ship, it's a sea, so that's not overly interesting. So let's look at the planets. I would like a planet with not too many bloody sentinels on. I'm actually going to farm a little bit of this first. I need a lot of tritium, so scan the planet might be worth moving towards it, or maybe I should see what it says before I do. Activated emerald. That is interesting, but it also got aggressive sentinels. I'm not the biggest lover of sentinels, so I apologize for that, but A worm ridden with aggressive. All of the planets here have aggressive. Oh dear. That is annoying. Very annoying. So this system is as useless as the others have been. This galaxy has really shown out to be a challenge. So there's 5 planets. Where is the last one? 1, 2, 3. That was the last one. Are you at least? It's a toxic anomaly. Actually. Be careful when there's other NPC ships farming in the same area, because if you hit them, they think you are attacking them. So control your fire, really. I have done that. And then suddenly I had a whole lot of ships chasing me around. I'm bad at not unpacking these. So I'm keeping all my goods in my exosuit pretty much, because that's where there's space. This looks very dark. Oh dear. So this is a system with a green sun, which is kind of interesting. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus. What on earth is all this? Can we land down here somewhere? Too high, okay. So that is some sort of high spike, what? Plants? Temperature 105 degrees. Is that because it's a storm or something? Just sitting and waiting and see if it becomes a little bit better. Because that well, hopefully it can and will turn better. houses on this planet. Can I see that? No, not until I've been out on it. Okay, let's see if it's a storm. Clouds of haunted green. How long do you think I can survive? 3 minutes. There's one animal. Oh, there's more animals. Good. At least then there's a chance I can get enough to as I said, don't shoot anything you haven't scanned, because there's a lot of money in scanning animals. That's it, minerals and everything else is not too shabby as well. Weather is improving, good, very good. Quite a lot of different ones here. Get a hold of that, yeah. That is actually not bad. What else? Hazardous plant. The problem is if there's a storm every 10 minutes, then it's going to be a very long day. Okay. I always use the boltcaster to actually try something first. You can kill animals with your mining laser, it just takes a little bit longer. I don't like doing this, to be honest. However, sometimes the purpose at least. Need to make sure I have all 3 of them before I actually leave. Jesus, it's dark here. Out of 15, so 5 more. This was the big one. What is this looking like? Need 2 more. Oh, hi there. How are we? Oh, I need one animal and now a storm is coming. That is freaking so typical. There is some. Always take one for good luck. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually quite good. I went on to, we are in the Calypso galaxy now, and I'm finding the planets being very hostile to us, but well, I'm trying to do some of the missions to get the standing up with the merchant guild, the explorers guild, and the mercenaries guild, so we can kind of get more missions really. Have you been able to play a little bit? Yeah, no, it's about remembering everything. Yeah. It's so. Oh, don't shoot the space station, you monkey. Ah, yeah. Well, I know exactly what you mean, because it is very often that you get so focused on doing one little bit of the game, and then the rest just goes aside, and then suddenly you come back to the other side, and oh yeah, I have to remember that. Now, the reason I started the missions was we were talking about getting slots on the multi-tool, so I wanted to show how that could be done. And none of the missions I've done here had multi-tool slots, but I did get one the other day, so but I just thought that getting the standings kind of moving is not a bad thing. And then now I can get level 2 missions, so gives a little bit more interesting rewards. But I've started looking at the missions at the space stations as well, so we can get some slots in the multi-tool. I cheat. So yeah, I would say when we have built up a kind of a community, and there's a little bit more people on, what we can do is on, for instance, Saturdays, or what day we want to do it, take and go into multiplayer and meet up somewhere and do some of those kind of stuff. I'm up for a lot of fun. Things doesn't have to be so deadly serious always. But as I said, I might cheat. You're loaded. Yeah, I'm not missing things either. I have a lot of, and I'm not even tried to make coins. This has not been chasing the yeah. Well, I only have 25 at the moment on me, but yeah, it's something we can do, but have a little bit of patience, and then we'll find out when we can do it. And normally I don't play No Man's Sky on Saturdays. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Maybe I should take my exotic instead. Memo to self. No. But I normally don't play No Man's Sky on Saturdays, but the last couple of Saturdays has actually sucked because people came on chat and said, why don't you play No Man's Sky? And to be honest, I actually rather want that myself. So I think Saturday is being enrolled in No Man's Sky as well, and then I just put a little bit of game talk first. But where are you? Where are you? Come on. So you're attacking people in a horror. Why would you do that? What's the next? Attacking in a shovel. Well, maybe I could use some of your batteries now. So I need so much tritium, so I am just picking some of that up. And if you notice, I don't actually repair my shield. No, I'm kind of joking. I very often use resources primary because as long as I have them, it's free. Or that's my mindset, at least. That's what I always think. If I can do it for free, then it's definitely not bad. So I am going to the next system. I'm still looking for good planets, so all the other things is just bonus. Four planets, one moon. And no space station. Or is there... Sometimes saying none, but there is one, and it might be a outlaw one or a abandoned one, which both is quite funny. Cadmium, rusted metal, cobalt. You know what? I'm here anyway, so getting a little bit of cadmium. Bubble planets. I haven't seen many of them lately. Yeah. No, it's important they look like you want them to. On my main one, I was looking very long time because I wanted a paradise planet with a hillside with a oceanic view, like you see in these movies when the rich one. And I thought I want that, so I can. And it took me a very long time to find something which looked fine. But you can spend very long time looking for the right place. That is absolutely right. No, I must admit I've been concerned the last couple of times I've been in the abnormally because it's been absolutely empty and people stop playing or something like that. But I actually don't think they have. What is this? Let's have a look. See what's around. Peaceful weather. That might be a good place for a base. I have found one horrible planet after the other. I will say Calypso is not the best place for... What's that? Curious deposit. Well, I'm curious. Runaway mold. That's nanites. I'll take that. Can't really run, can they? The only thing is it takes a long time actually to refine them, but maybe I should do that on stream for once to actually show what comes out of it. I've been made a habit doing all the refining after stream, so I just put it to do it and do other things. Playing around with the videos and stuff like that. But it's actually quite instructional to show that when you come across things like this, don't just ignore it, take it. So how much was there? 6,000. So that's more than 1,000. It's 1,200 nanites. It's actually nearly 10% of what I have. So it's worth it. It's worth take the time. Yeah, Whispering X, I leave. What's over there? Floating crystal. That's not bad either. This is really a nice planet. I like it. It's not trying to kill me. You know what? I can tell you that while I was still working, I sometimes came home from work, and to be very honest, I normally don't tell people this, but I have been working in IT technological support for many years, and sometimes people are just so ignorant with what they are dealing with, and they do stupid things. And luckily for that, because people like me had a job because of it, but you could sometimes come home and just have been dealing with one person more stupid than the other. And I'm not saying this to be evil or anything, but I could then come home and I would sit down in front of my own computer and I would load up a game, and it might be a game where you kill something or you smash something, but just sitting for 20 minutes and then be very destructive. And I actually found out that No Man's Sky was one of the best ones to do that, because you loaded in, left the nearest space station, found an asteroid belt, and cleared it totally out. You can do that in 20 minutes, and you actually feel much better afterwards. So that was my sort of therapy. And on my main I had shitloads of tritium, gold, silver and platinum. So yes, but it's good therapy. Computers are lovely. Games are so brilliant because they can let you do very harmful things without harming anything. But otherwise, you sometimes take your work home and you snap at your family, and they don't deserve that. They don't. Well, and the thing is, I don't mind helping people who doesn't know something. It's those people who think they know everything and then they fuck up everything as well, and someone else has to sort it out. That is what I, in general, would call stupid people. I know it's not fair, but because they are absolutely not stupid, but they are, yeah, ignorant for what they're doing. I like this planet. It has everything I need. Wow. I'm glad I'm not chasing animals here, because I actually don't think there is any. No. But at least we get some of the resources we need, and I wanted some cadmium as well, so if we want to send the frigates out and do the missions, then we need fuel for them. That's how it is. So that is. I'm actually only picking up what I really. I was going to say need. I don't overly need it, but I'm in this system anyway, so why not get some cadmium? It is free. I love these planets that has no real gravity, because when you fly off, you go a very long way. It's so much easier to get around.
Technology recharge.
So I can't always see when it's taken and when it's not, but it is so little which is missed, so it's not worth crying over. There's more dihydrogen over there. So that is. I have mentioned this several times. You can find these on all planets, but it's how close they are, how many there is, which actually makes a difference. Because on some planets you can come in, like here, where there is a nice chunk in one area, which makes it much easier to farm them. Other planets, yeah, you find 1, 2 here and find 1, 2 there, and you run around, and there's not a lot. Well, I would say dogfight seems more interesting. I know some which played a little game. They were, I can't remember how many they were, but they were in 4, 5, 6 people, and they went to a planet which was like this one, relatively safe. And then they played kind of a battle royale game where last man standing was the winner, and they actually had put in some resources to play for. Not that I encountered to start playing gambling on it, but I mean a group of friends doing things like that, that's absolutely fine. But I thought that was quite funny. So that was playing advanced hide and seek and battle royale in one go. Maybe we could make our own tournaments. Yeah, that's I always say this is not really normally the game where you kill other people. That would more be other types of games. I've never been great at Counter-Strike and those, but I have given it a try. I must admit my reactions are sometimes a little bit slow, and that's probably why I would prefer to do things like in a ship instead of mano a mano. I need some money. But as I said, if we can get a little bit of a community going, then we can actually do some fun stuff on Saturdays or any other day we choose. Well, I'm at the moment locked to stream the days I do, but because I'm sharing the same computer room as Sarah is using for her channel, and we have split the times between us. But later out in the future we might be able to stream at the same time, but we need some better internet to do that. It is not the greatest where we live. But I'm up for making funny little games for multiple people. That's as long as we do it for fun, not to be evil to each other. I'm a great believer in actually keeping it fun for all parties. That was one of the other things I saw on Reddit, people complaining they couldn't find cobalt, and then after I read that I found so many planets with cobalt deposits on, even though you can get cobalt anywhere, but not in deposits. So, I think I have taken what I wanted from this planet. Got a little bit of everything. That's another thing is people are doing races with the exo cards. So there's a lot of things actually to do in a peaceful way as well. So I think everything is possible. Well. There was more of those little buggers there. I did not see them the first time. Or have they respawned? That's one thing I don't say no thank you to, because that becomes nanites in big numbers. Oh, I need to hit the balls, not next to them. I like it started rolling before I shot it. I don't know if you noticed that. Come on, there you go. There's a lot of those up there. Maybe I should just sit here and wait until things respawn. 3 hours later. Can't even be bothered going up there. So, just one quick scan. Yeah. That looks feasible. What did we actually get out of it? 10,000 is 2,000 nanites and 400, so 2,400 nanites. That's actually not bad. And then this was an interesting planet. I went for cadmium. That was not a lot, but it's okay. It's kind of okay. These can be sold or made to nanites as well. I think I'll sit tight on them for now until I know what I need them for. There is no rush with anything. Well, I actually see there is something there I want. Sodium nitrate. Again, it's rare to see them so close together in these amounts, so this is actually quite a good planet for these things. So you can say, whatever bad planet it is, it has been quite giving. other planets in this system. Can't remember now what was on them. But no space station, what we have seen, so that one had nothing. That one was aggressive sentinels. I don't feel like that anymore today. Activated cadmium. I got a lot of that, and I'm not taking some silly chance for that. So do some more farming here. I'm not angry, I'm just shooting. But I know I need all the tritium I can get. And as I said, I'm actually tempted even to buy it when I come around, and there is. Because in a perfect world we can send all 5 missions every time we log on. But that will mean we need to have the tritium to do it. Yeah, I don't have any black holes now. So we're still moving toward the galactic core. Hyperdrive has no fuel. Are you serious? I am not really being good to my ship. Dear. So we are going to run into a battle, I believe. But I don't want to have the sentinels after me because I hit something. But then I don't get my rewards. I want my rewards. Square and fair. They have a tendency to fly around where I can get into trouble. actually strikes me how weird ships they attack in. The pirates are not always the smartest,
Hostile ships defeated.
if you ask me. Some of those ships I would not actually fight in. So we have today talked about different types of games, how you can play.
Navigational data received.
There is one option more. You can turn into a pirate. And you can attack everything which is in that genre of law-abiding players, NPCs, traders, and set up base in the outlaw system. Just saying. It's not a part I would take, it's an A-freighter. Might actually be worth looking at. Because we only have a C1. Now, I told myself I will only upgrade if it's an S. Don't go down. Don't be tempted. I should not be tempted. Let's inspect it anyway. So it has a lot of things. Compare. So we actually have the same storage space as this one, so I mean, what do we get? Nothing really. So we will spend a lot of money and get the same just with better leather. I'll do that when I come across an S1. Maybe. So let's get our payment instead. Because then we get a bulkhead for our freighter, which gives us one more slot than this one. And the gold and the standings, it's all very nice. So, before I go back to my ship, I'm going to take a very short little break, but I need the bathroom. So, stay with me, I'm back in a couple of minutes. So I'm back again. Sorry for that, but sometimes you just have to run. And with the amount of coffee I drink, it's probably